Good morning, children. Myself name P.S. Tiwari from LP Savani Vidya Bhavan. We will continue with the subject OC, Organization of Commerce. Let's start. Yes, children. This is your chapter number 4, Organizing. For your board exam, the weightage of the chapter is 10 marks. As you see on your screen, the total weightage of the chapter is 10 marks. Today we will discuss introduction of organization, meaning of organization, definition of organization and characteristic of organization. Fine. So let's start. Yes, children, this is your introduction of organization. The success of management is not only based on planning but also on the effective implementation of planning. Fine. The formal administrative structure that is formed to enable effective implementation of planning is called organizing. Simple word, planning and organizing is the two different sides of the same coin. Because without planning, you don't know how to organize the thing. Similarly, for effective implementation of planning, you should form a proper structure of organization to accomplish a common goal. Then, the success and goal achievement of any unit work depend on proper division of work. How you are dividing the work among the people. Then, distribution of authority and responsibility. How you are providing them authority and responsibility. Then, delegation of authority among the employee. How you are providing them authority to your employee to accomplish the target. Then, hence, it is said that management is the brain of business enterprise. Planning is soul and organization is its body. Fine. Again, management is called brain of business. Planning is called soul and organization is the body. Without soul, you are not capable to run your body or use your body. If you are having your body but soul is not there, so there is no meaning of that body. Similarly, while you are running any of the business with the help of your brain, soul and body, the combination of brain, soul and body, you can run the business. Fine. So your brain is management, soul is planning and body is organization. So without management, planning and organization, we won't be able to run any kind of business, whether it is a small scale or large scale, doesn't matter. But management, planning and organization must. Now let's move towards the meaning. Now children, this is your meaning of organization. The structure formed in order to enable delegation of authority and responsibility towards the people actively. Those who are engaged for common goal is organizing, is called organizing. The structure which you are forming in order to getting the delegation of authority and responsibility towards any of the people, those who are actively engaged for a common goal which is given by the top level of management, and you are implementing the same in formal order. In formal order is called organization. Yes children, I hope so you have understood with the help of meaning exactly what is meant by organization. Now let's see the definition. Yes children, this is your definition according to Chester I. Bernard and according to Louis Allen. Fine. There is a two definition according to them. First is according to Chester I. Bernard, the activity conducted by the cooperation of two or more people and their coordination is called organization. Any activity which is conducted by the cooperation of two or more people, they are conducted, they are correlating with each other for finalizing the same objective, a common objective. is called organizing, according to Chester I. Bernard. Now, according to Louis Allen, organizing is the process of identifying and classifying the work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and even establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objective. Similarly, after getting the delegation of authority and responsibility, you are forming a relationship for people together. You guys are forming a relationship, and in fact, all together with the cooperation and coordination, you are ready to accomplish the objective. Fine. So this is your definition of organization. Children, you can refer anyone from this. If your bad luck is there, then they will ask according to the writer. Otherwise, you can choose anyone. I know you will choose the above one. It will be fine because both the content is given in your textbook. So this is your textual term. You can refer any one of them. Fine. Yes, children. Now we will look after the characteristic of organizing. Total 9 characteristics are there. On your screen, you can see the 5. Goal-oriented activity, planning-based, the delegation of authority and responsibility, importance to human element, flexibility, then establishment of interrelationship, monitoring and control, group activity, and the last, controlled administrative structure. All this we will learn in detail. So let's see the first one, that is goal-oriented activity. Inside the same, the organizing is created for the sake of achieving the goal of any business unit. In the business unit, the main objective as well as the departmental objective or sub-goal are also determined. That means, in addition to that, there are also the individual goal of the employee. Hence, organization is a linear structure that coordinates with goal of business, departmental goals, and goals of employee. Hence, it can be also referred as a goal-oriented activity. Short and simple, this we are following the linear structure for coordination. And here you can see the different departments and different level of management. Top level authority, they are thinking about the profit. Middle level of management, they are thinking about the completion of target. Lower level of management, think about daily based work and plus their earning, etc. Fine. But the main focus of the business enterprise is to get earn profit. But according to the different level of employee, different level of management, you can see the goal is different. Top level, profit. Middle level, improvement. Lower level, earning, daily based earning. Fine. So, according to the department, according to the level of business, there is a goal orientation beside any of the activity which you guys are performing. Then, planning based. Planning based means organization is made on the basis of planning and objective determined by the planning. Hence, before organizing, it is necessary to have proper planning because the structure of any unit is based on its future implementation of plan. Hence, it can be said that organization is based on proper planning. Meanwhile, your organization is totally depend upon the planning. How much employee you required, where you are supposed to give them position, what are the improvement you required. All this question will comes in your mind while you are organizing anything. But the first thing will comes in our mind, what is a plan? Other activity then we will decide. But first thing comes in our mind is what is a plan. So your whole organization, which plan has to be accept, which plan has to be reject, etc. All the things will comes in your mind while you are planning something. So that means your organization is totally based on planning. Then the third one, the delegation of authority and responsibility. Children, this is the point which you can utilize in organization steps, characteristic, any kind of structure of organization. There are 5 structure actually. in all the structure, you can write this common point, that is delegation of authority and responsibility, because it is already mentioned in your definition, so it will be useful in any of the category. Meanwhile, the people working towards achievement of common goal are allotted work as per their capability and their skills. At the same time, such a person is also informed about their authority. Hence, organization is a structure to establish relationship of authority and responsibility among the people. Short and simple. Without authority, you will not give your responsibility, not take your responsibility. Without responsibility, what the use of authority? So, this is the two sides of same coin, two wheel of same cycle. This both will go hand in hand together. Fine. So, authority and responsibility must in any kind of organization. Fourth one, importance of human element. Children, human is the center point. Human is the center point because it's a live asset of any organization. So, we should keep more importance for human element. Over there, effectively, if you want to keep the human relation, it will establish a necessary action, a good structure, a good goal, whatever you have decided, easily and smoothly you will achieve if you are giving importance to human element. Then flexibility. Flexibility, that means changes. If changes is required according to the situation, circumstances, changing in environment, if you are facing any natural disaster, man-made disaster, etc. At any point, if you are facing any of the problem, you can change your organizational plan. As like characteristic of organization and characteristic of planning, one common point is there, that is flexibility. You can change anytime if it is required according to the circumstances, according to the situation, according to the business environment. Then let's see the sixth point. Yes children, now sixth point, establishment of interrelationship. The organizing establishes interrelationship among work, position or division. It gives clarification about the relationship of one work with the other work and one division with the other division. Short and simple, I have given the example of primary, pre-primary, secondary, higher secondary, commerce section and science section. Fine. Over there we can see the bifurcation of division. Fine. Similarly, we can see about the position like Shanta ma'am, Sanju sir, principal ma'am, Vaishali ma'am, Purvi ma'am, Carol ma'am. They are a middle level authority, that means they are holding some of the position, and your teachers, they are holding the position of lower level management, that is as an employee. Fine. So while establishment, we are talking about establishment of interrelationship, you can see the position of Sanju sir and R, that means your other 6 teachers, plus you can see the division, that is primary, secondary, higher secondary, etc. According to the same, we should maintain our interrelationship with each other for cooperation, for coordination. Then the seventh one, monitoring and control. Monitoring, control and coordination are the basic requirement of any organization, whether the employee is performing his task as per the powers and responsibility assigned to him or not. For such matter, provision of monitoring and control are found in organization. Monitoring, we are supposed to monitor them, supervise them. If they are not properly using the power and responsibility, over there we are supposed to take some of the action. And if they are misusing the same, over there we should control the activity. If they are not performing their task in well mannered, again we had to take some action. So whatever task is allotted to particular person, to them we should monitor with the help of organization, and even we can get the control. Then group activity. In definition it is already given, 2 or more than 2 persons are cooperate with each other. That means this is reflect the group activity. Organization is a group activity. Textual term. In an organization, fine. So here
you can see the textual term, that is, in an organization many people work together for accomplishment of common goal. The organizing provides effective structure to them so that the group activity can be conducted properly. The group activity can be conducted properly. It is mentioned in your definition and meaning. Two or more than two workers are supposed to achieve a common goal by cooperating with each other is called organization. That means it's a group activity. The ninth one, control administrative structure. Textual term, organizing is a particular kind of control administrative structure. In any business unit, rules and control are required in order to define relationship. The same is formed by organizing. Whatever is rules and regulation, that is principle of management, is maintained in any of the business enterprise, you should follow the same. This is the compulsion, and by that you can control the administrative structure. If anybody is breaking up any of the rules and regulation, you can catch them and you can take any of the action while you are organizing any of the business. So organization is helpful for control the administrative structure which is made by the top level management, and it is a compulsion to follow the same. Fine? Yes children, so we have done with the today's plan, that is introduction, meaning, definition and 9 characteristics of organization. Hope so you all have understood. We have done in our online class. This is your revision session. Just do the same. Okay. Thank you for the day.